We'd like to welcome you to BeMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth. Kim Trueheart, community activist extraordinaire. You've been doing great work out here. What's happening here in the city of Baltimore? We got a congressional race that's, 3 weeks away, February 4th, to fill at least the interim space left by the deceased Congressman Elijah Cummings. You have a mayor's race. There's still a city council presidency race, and we're wondering if you're going to run. I understand that Sheila Dixon called you last week, uh, paid you praise for making noise at the Board of Estimates meeting. What's your take on the city of Baltimore? Murders? Did you see the 76-year-old woman?
Yeah. It's heartbreaking. It really is heartbreaking that this city has devolved to one of the most violent places in America. And we don't seem to be able to figure out how to curtail that. True, Sheila Dixon gave me a very nice phone call last week, congratulating me on the success of my program with the young men, the Be More Clean and Green team, and the fact that I raised the issue of awarding contracts to businesses outside the city, particularly those that are not hiring individuals who live in the city. We are desperate for employment opportunities in this city. We have the highest unemployment rate in the state of Maryland. And why these folks who want to run for office don't see a correlation between unemployment and violence doesn't make sense to me, because there is a direct correlation. People need money, and people are very desperate right now to get money, and they're doing very unreasonable, unlawful things often to get money. And we need to look at job opportunities, employment training opportunities. The contracts that I have been protesting in writing before the Board of Estimates are contracts for low-skilled work. You don't need to have a degree in order to do janitorial, custodial work in city buildings. You don't need a degree to pull weeds, to cut grass, to clean alleys. And why those job opportunities are not being provided to our young people who are on the corners. The city receives complaints all the time about squeegee workers on our corners disrupting the flow of traffic. Give them jobs. These are great opportunities. Last week it was a small contract for $40,000 that I protested. This week it's a contract for $1.2 million for custodial janitorial services in some city buildings. That is work that we could definitely prop up for young people, young adults.
And we're talking about a majority African American city with one of the highest percentages of black elected officials in the nation.
Yes.
But yet, these contracts, small and large, small, medium size, and obviously large ones. And large, we're talking about $1 billion, $500 million. Well, if you can't do it for 40 grand, if you can't, spread out a $1.2 million contract, then certainly when it comes to $1 billion or $500 million,
there's no will.
Yeah,
there is no political will to make the taxpayers' money pay off, get a return on our investment. There is no reason why these young people can't be employed to do these.
But all we hear is politicians, black politicians, saying they're going to do this, they're going to do that. But at the end of the day, I mean, even this woman out, we're not far from Woodlawn here, 76 years old, getting slammed to this is 2019.
That's
What
right.
in the, is there any difference between now and the era of slavery?
No. We get mistreated. We get disrespected. It's amazing. This morning I got an email from the Department of Justice, and I'm thankful that they keep me on their mailing list. But they hired a company to do a gap analysis of the behavioral health systems that were available in Baltimore to provide behavioral health services to those who may need mental health, right, treatment. And they are asking for the public's comments on this report that has come out. Now, I just saw the email a couple hours ago, and so I'd like to go back and read it and provide my comments, because quite often we see folks who have mental challenges um, approached by our police departments, whether it's the Baltimore City or in the instance of the senior citizen, Baltimore County, and the outcome is both the same. It is disrespect, it is abuse, it is just no caring for folks who may have weaknesses and need services. Um, the city can do more. It should do more. And it is up to citizens like you and I to call attention to these facts and then propose alternatives. Right now, we're sitting and letting the politicians propose solutions, and we've seen that their solutions don't work. We've got to do more. We've got to change this trend, which is just disheartening in so many instances.
How can people get in touch with you, Kim Trueheart?
Call me. My phone is always jumping. My number is 443 255 9413. My email is kimtrueheart altogether at gmail.com. I'm also on Facebook, Twitter. There's pretty much no way that you can miss being able to reach me.
Good deal. Keep watching BeMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth.
Thanks, Donnie.
Thank you.